moments, that's where I'll find a little room to breathe, leave it all behind. Give me room to breathe, I need some time to heal my heart, to clear my mind. Gonna love myself, yeah, I believe in the power of me. Just give me room to breathe.
Great new day to all my self-care family and friends. Welcome back to another Room to Breathe podcast. I'm your host, Life Coach 614, and I am so glad that you made space to be here with us today. Now, before we get into this episode, do me a quick favor. If you are feeling the vibe, go ahead and show some love. Tap that screen, like, comment, and share it with someone who may need a little healing energy today. And if this is your first time here or you haven't already done so, hit that follow button and subscribe to our channel so that way you're always tapped in when a new episode drops. I also want to personally invite you to check out our digital home at theselfcareclub.org, where you'll find everything from affirmative apparel to motivational merch and free resources to help you nourish your growth and remind you that you're supported every step of the way. Just know this. You don't have to do this alone. We're healing in community, growing one breath, one moment, one day at a time. So give yourself permission to pause, to reflect, and to make space for peace, for growth, and most importantly, for you. Now, if anything in today's episode hits home, I want you to drop a green heart in the chat. It's our way of saying I'm healing, I'm growing, and I'm showing up for me. Now, let's get ready to breathe, reflect, and grow together. Today's episode is rooted in a mantra, a mindset, a movement. If it don't align, I decline. And I could not think of a better guest to embody that bold truth other than the incredible Tiffany A. Vinson. Listen, you guys, Tiffany is a fierce MS warrior. She is an author, a motivational speaker, a travel accessibility advocate. From rebuilding her life after diagnosis to helping others reclaim their joy, her story is a powerful testimony of faith, resilience, and boundaries. She's the amazing voice behind CWT podcast, Conversations with Tiffany. She is the author of If It Don't Align, I Decline. And little known fact, she is the inspiration behind a song we recently collaborated on. Yes, y'all. Room to Breathe Music and Tiffany came together on a track that is straight fire and full of freedom. Right?
Yes.
So, family, help me welcome Tiffany into the Room to Breathe. Hey, girl.
Hey, what? You know what? What can someone say with an intro like that? Like,
just take me on the road with you. Just take me on the road with you, girl.
Thank you so much. Thank
You
so
are
much for having me on your
welcome.
platform. You're amazing as you are. And thank you to the listeners and your followers, those who are aligned with you. Thank you for continue to show up the way that you do. Thank you.
Thank you. We are so honored to have you here today. And before we get into your story, I just want to check in with your soul. How's your spirit doing today?
My spirit is good.
Good.
It's really good. I had a time with my cousin. My oldest cousin came by, and so for a couple hours reflecting on our legacy and things of that nature. So I'm in a great place. Just really good. Just really good.
That's what I like to hear. Listen, we love those times where you can kind of reconnect with others, and that reflection is everything. Because sometimes I feel like we reflect on, the not so good time. So anytime we have the opportunity to reflect on a positive vibe is amazing, right?
It was just like, it was great because he was giving me the, I already knew about my grandmother, but the legacy beyond my great-great-grandmother and the women that came ahead and the men. Yeah. And it just was like just a reassurance. And right before we get on here, it just was like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Look how great we have opportunity to show up.
Absolutely.
how we show up.
Absolutely. I think this is a good place to even just start, right?
Yes.
Because there's always that shift, right? So let's start with your story. For those who may not know, can you, I guess, maybe take us back to the moment in your life where things first shifted with your MS diagnosis and how that became the catalyst for the version of you that we get to see today?
Oh, wow. So I have to admit, I was first wanted to be a flight attendant for Delta. I started with a smaller company with his Atlanta Southeast Airlines, ASA. And so all I knew is I wanted to be a flight attendant, had never been on a plane before. Yeah, never been on a plane, but I wanted to be cute in a uniform and walk and serve. And it was much more than that. But at the time, that's all I could think of, going places and seeing places. But then I started noticing that I was not able to wear my heels anymore. I went from straight heels to kitten heels. And in my early 20s, who was walking around with kitten heels to flats? So there was something there, but I didn't know exactly what it was. So needless to say, I went into banking and finance. And there was an elder who was in the location, and she said I was walking with a little bit of a limp. And she said, you need to go get your brain checked. And, you know, that's respect. You know, you don't check the elders. Yes, ma'am. You need to go see a neurologist. Yes, ma'am. So she meant there was a neurologist and I need to get my brain checked. So I get it. Yeah. That woman propelled me to where I go in. And long story short, there was a diagnosis. And in that diagnosis, it was good to have a moment to say, you know what? And now that I know why I'm falling out, now I know why I'm so fatigued. I know why I'm having these issues. Why am I buying Red Bull like it's water by the cases?
Yeah.
Like, what is this thing? And so to have a name to it was really good. And now celebrating 20 years of this diagnosis, it shifted me into great places, as you can say now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm excited. It's taught me a lot of things. It gave me the opportunity, and it kind of served me in the sense that I had to be able to slow down to appreciate life for what it is. I often, 3 years officially being in this big wheelchair, made me reflect on my grandmother, who was the first person I saw in a wheelchair. So the word disability never aligned with me. Right. Because you know how growing up we would diss people, or not me, but people would diss each other and throw shade. Now we call shade or throw something to kind of discount something. That's how I felt about that word. DIS was dis, and it always comes before something positive. Disabled, disability, discomfort, dis-ease. Yeah. And so those things never made sense to me because I was raised with women in my life and men who saw past that. Mm-hmm. And so that was the really part of the journey. It was part of the journey.
Yeah, it's so amazing how things that are meant to be our breakdown often become like the birthplace of our breakthrough.
Come on.
You know what I mean? Like, It's like that storm comes in and it just wipes everything out. And it shows you, like, it honestly reveals to you what's supposed to be here and what's supposed to get swept away, you know?
Had to. Had to. Because I remember in 2022, I had prayed and asked God. I was reading the book, Prayer Jabez. And I remember saying, Lord, expand my territory. And at that time, you know how when we say that, I want my account to be expanded. I want my business expanded. I want all these things. And so when we ask God for that, we're thinking about what we want.
Right.
We don't think about how he's already had a plan in place. So late September of that year, I had started my process of walking again and physical therapy. And I had a journey of 70 steps. Tiffany, by next Monday, you need to make 70 steps. That first day I did 40. My husband got me the grip socks because, you know, I'm slipping. You don't want me slipping and sliding in the living room, in the kitchen, right?
Yeah.
Got that 40 steps. I was on it, girl. I was feeling myself. I was on it, ready to rock and roll because, see, I'm ready to move.
Right.
Little did I know that transition from the floor to the carpet I fell and broke my ankle in 2 places.
Oh, Lord.
And my back heel. So ankle and then along the back of that heel was broken. In that moment, I hit the floor. My husband's like ready to scoop me up. My youngest comes in. They're ready to go. And I have to be honest with your people. I was like, no. And I said some bad words. I said F, 3 times. And he was like, my mom came in. She's like, let her have her moment. And I needed to feel that moment. And he could not understand it. And to this day, most people won't.
Yeah.
I need to feel that pain.
Mm-hmm.
That was the brokenness I had been loved. The diagnosis was what it was. But what really broke me was when I was on the path to do what I felt like was right. And I broke my ankle and I'm back at 0.
Yeah.
So now I'm not walking with a cane. I'm not walking at all. I was able to move before with a walker or a cane to get to the restroom. Now I'm in diapers.
Yeah.
I'm at a whole nother level that I had not planned. Because see, I had just already said, expand my territory.
Yeah.
And what was that? So then October 3rd, I decided I can't do this no more.
Yeah.
Now I ain't go as far as how I'm going to do it, but I can't do with this anymore. And my mother came in and she covered me because I was looking in the center of the room, like the ceiling, just looking up. Like, I've been through too much at this point, God. Just what would it be if I wasn't here? Would it be easier on my husband and my children? And then my mama came in, she prayed a prayer like she never prayed before. And that's when it all came clear. I had my best friend. We had a trip to go to Mexico. I was about to cancel it because I was going to this big women's event.
Mm-hmm.
And my friend said, "Oh, you're not going to cancel this?" She said, "No, the hell you're not."
Yeah.
No, ma'am.
Yeah.
And so at that event with the boot, I went in this big old chair, $30,000 chair. Someone had just been falling and dropped by Delta and ended up passing right the week before I was leaving. And I still went on. And that was when the shift happened for me.
Yeah. It's like the moment you realize not thy will, but the will of God. Like, come on now. Like, because I think anybody listening to that story has had that moment.
Yes.
And all of us have a fall. All of us have a moment where we are just, pardon my French, knocked flat out on our asses.
Right.
And, you are sitting there at what we deem in our life at that moment to be rock bottom.
Right.
And there's nowhere else to look but up.
That's it.
You know what I mean? It's okay, this is different. But like you said, we have to feel it. We've got to feel the feels. Otherwise, that's not our bottom yet. You know what I mean? So you needing that moment to kind of feel that, it was because you needed to almost surrender to God's will.
Had to.
Yeah.
Because he knew that I would be in position later on, that he would align it to where I'll be speaking to people in different arenas, not just the MS Society, but those who are not dealing with a physical challenge, but a mental challenge, a social challenge, a financial challenge, because I've been in all arenas, right?
Yeah.
So I would be able to do that. And so him gifting me with this challenge gave me the opportunity to be able to sit down, and look at things from a different perspective.
Absolutely.
I'm at behind level. I ain't looking at your butt now. I'm talking about I'm able to see things differently. I have to adjust to how I move, how I see, what I do. And it also had to incorporate what I now call and coin the adjustability mindset.
Yeah.
We have to adjust whether we're facing a mental challenge, a social challenge, a physical challenge, a financial challenge.
Right.
And until you're able to do that, so that's why disability doesn't align. And I decline that.
Amen.
Because words have power.
Absolutely.
So adjustability is the new ability. Because
absolutely,
we have to adjust.
And the world could use more of that. You know, a lot of times we get so set in our ways, and every single thing we do, we get comfortable in life in general. And so when things happen in the world and it kind of like stirs things up, we don't know what to do because we've gotten too complacent, too comfortable. And then here my sister come like, this is all you got to do. Pick it up, fix it. You know, like this is what we got to do.
Use your circumstance, your situation. How is this thing coming? That's why on the podcast for me, I don't want to just talk to entrepreneurs. That's great. I love that for you. Ooh,
right.
I want to talk to the ones who've gone through something, who get that thing, that challenge, whatever that was. It propelled them to do something and to be and to pour out back positivity in the world because of that thing.
Yeah.
Because we can talk about gossip, we can do all that stuff out there. We can talk about what's in that White House,
right?
The Orange Man and all the craziness that's going on, or we can ignore that, or we can say, hey, it don't align, or we can go to the Capitol and do what I did at the beginning of the year and just do what's needed. Speak on that thing way past a red or blue flag. Get to the reason of the human side of things and seeing a person who they are.
Absolutely. And honestly, I like I said, I feel like that is the way that the world needs to shift with everything that's going on in the world. COVID taught us a lot of that. Woo! Right? Because if COVID didn't teach you nothing else, it taught you to adjust, adapt.
Yes.
You know, we thought the world was going to end when we couldn't go to the store and do things, but then we realized, we can just do things a little differently.
Yes.
You know, that adjustment was taking place. And so when the world opened back up and they had this expectation, a lot of us had the mindset, like, come back in for what? We're like, what I got to come back in for? You've been running this company for the last year from home. What I got to come to work for? You know? And so now they uncomfortable because we figured out,
and there's
another way to do this.
It revealed itself.
Yeah.
Because for me, it was like, okay, the entitlement. It was like either you were respectful of the process and respectful of how the impact that people were not deciding not to take, or you were respectful of those who did. And for me, my husband being an educator, my mother being an educator, and our children in and out, it was very important that they cover themselves and they did what they needed to do. But then you had those who were like, I can't be told to wear a mask. Well, if it meant that it would save someone, if it meant that would you do it?
Yeah.
Let's apply that to the doctor's office when you're going to get your OBGYN appointment. Would you rather that person not use gloves?
Right.
Would you rather the doctor not clean the utensils? Would you rather that?
Right. Yeah, it's like pick your battle.
Yeah. And the entitlement of you're not thinking about anyone else on the plane. You're not thinking about the inconvenience, the entitlement that you're not willing to put aside for the bigger interests of everyone else has trying to get you their destination.
Absolutely. Yeah, people seem to think that they're the only ones that matter. You know what I mean? And sometimes it's not even like their family. It's them individually. Like, I matter. Forget my kids. Forget this. Forget that. Like, I matter. And you're like, but we matter too. Like, we've got families we're trying to get to. And, I'm trying to help everybody. You just trying to help yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It was great.
That's the whole energy. If I could just push a button and wipe it away, honey. Ooh. Control, Alt, delete. Right? Let's just delete it, wipe it away. Like,
because it doesn't align.
Absolutely. And I decline. I decline. And I tell people respectfully. Respectfully, I decline.
That line is twofold. So what I mean by that is, when I say align, God has already put us in position for the alignment, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm already here and I'm not perfect by being here, but I'm at this moment where I've already made the sacrifice. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm doing the things. And if you come and you try to attack me and you try to pull me out of character, then that will cause me to do what? Decline. So we don't want that. Then you have also the quickness. I decline. I don't want it. It doesn't serve me. So I want people to know that there's two within that line. It's so different. It's so much more level faceted in how we have to change our mindsets. And a lot of times those who are closest to you won't even understand it. They can't understand it because you're going through this journey.
Yeah.
You're on this faith walk. You're on this journey that no one can see it.
Yeah.
And so you have to just stand firm in knowing who you are in God and whose you are in Him.
Absolutely.
And that those who are aligned to be with you, He will position them in that way.
Absolutely.
I.e., room to breathe.
Yes. Come on.
The people that I've connected with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This wasn't bought. This wasn't, hey girl, can you it wasn't. It was a total alignment. And when it's not forced, come on, y'all.
Yeah. Absolutely. And, when you first said that to me, we just had a casual conversation. Initially, and neither one of our mind was any of this supposed to be, right? No. We were just having a conversation. And then
I was walking in purpose. I wanted to use that.
Exactly.
Thing. I was like, I wanted to reach out to you about that. And I'm like, I went on a search, y'all. Yeah, I was digging. I was, that little song they be doing? I was digging.
Girl, listen, and I'm like, I'm right here, oh, you were looking for me, girl, I'm right here.
Yeah, girl. You were.
But when you said that to me, and what has made this relationship between you and I so easy is that, I didn't hear just a catchy phrase. No. I'm the queen of self-care. Like, boundary should be my middle name. Okay. And so when you said that, I don't know if you remember, but I was like, oh, like, I'm right there with you. Like,
yeah, you did.
You speak in my language,
that's exactly what you said.
And that's like, that's the life that I live. And, I don't think that I've ever used that phrase in that way, but I'm like, but I will now. Like, it do align. I accept. Like if it don't align, I decline. It do align. I'm a accept it. I receive it. Bring it in here. Yes. Because that phrase to me is a whole mindset.
It is.
And so I'm curious, what birthed that phrase for you, and how has it shaped you to move into this season of your life?
It just really, what came into a place was that learning how to, for me, feeling like I need to be that for everyone, showing up for everyone, and being the person to bring people together, being the listening ear, doing that, allowing boundaries to rolling out the boundary. Like I could just see this thing just like the ship, the cruise ship, when you're loading up, just laying it all the way down. You may allow to come and disrespect me, and just going, oh, that's just because that's how that person is, or that's just how that family member is. That's just, that's just how so-and-so is.
Right.
And at some point, realizing that, again, how MS came to serve me was that when it caused me so much frustration, the body never tells a lie. And it's in that line in the song that you wrote, that it keeps toll, and it showed up in my body, showed up in my lesions in my brain. It shows up in my spinal cord. And if I get so upset, it's like literally water being spritzed onto something electric. And that's what it feels like in my spinal cord. I'm literally, I can feel it. So once I start realizing that, how I allow, and it's not the other person's fault, it's my fault for not allowing that to be crossed, a boundary to be just disrespected. And when I took notice of that, then I made a notion, and this is, my neurologist is going to really freak out about this, but it's the truth. I really took myself off medication.
Yeah.
Because I really wanted to put, and this is the truth, I really wanted to put that in place. I wanted to say no more.
Yeah.
I don't care about if I don't want to go, if it doesn't align, if I'm always the one making the call, if I'm always the one showing up, am I always doing what? And I'm not able to be that for my husband. I'm not able to be that for my children if I'm not good. So I got to be good.
Right.
And so that's where the notion of it don't align, I decline. And just recently we had an update on my MRI.
Mm-hmm.
Those lesions are literally dissipating.
Mm.
They're shrinking.
Yeah.
And she's like,
Mm-hmm. You tell her because it don't align and I decline it. And honey, it there's an expiration on this in my body.
yes.
Okay, like this has to go. Yeah.
So with me being seated, it may not be forever. And if it is, it's a line. But while I'm seated, I'm going to move in purpose.
Yeah.
I'm moving in purpose. And so when your song Walking in My Purpose, oh, I'm rolling in my purpose, baby, because this is just how it is. And I love that. And I love listening to music that edifies. And your music does that.
Thank you.
And it's what I like. My elder, he was here today and he was like, oh man, the CD, he was just like, oh, downloading Spotify. And I'm like, he's like, on all platforms. I said, on all platforms.
Yes.
It's needed now more than ever.
Yeah.
That's what's needed.
And then what I love for you is you decided to not only learn this lesson, right, that life was dishing out to you, but then you decided to repurpose it and teach it. And so you took, if it don't align, I decline, a step further, and you turned that into this. Look, you see, I got this right here. Okay. You turned that phrase into this powerful journal, this book, right? What was it like for you putting your story and your boundaries on paper?
Ooh. It was okay. So originally it started to be a book and it was becoming so much. Mm-hmm. And my branding manager, Daphne Handy, she said, let's just break it down, Tiffany. Mm-hmm. So all my notes that I'm taking, all the things that I'm saying, let's just do it. And I wanted the foundation to be about honoring the legacy and the journey, but it was scary because everyone's going to have a notion of, oh my gosh, she thinks who she thinks she is.
Right.
What is the, and then I had to just say, you know what? It don't even matter what anyone thinks. This is my journey. This is my story from my perspective. And I'm going to walk into that with intention.
Yes.
And so when the journal came along and when Daphne and I would sit and work things out and she would say, like, hey, this, not, it was just, again, alignment because it wasn't just for me.
Absolutely.
Me, right?
Right.
So, when you see that, you have an opportunity to spread light and awareness, to bring something into fruition. You got to know that it's going to come with some uncertainties. You're going to feel nervous. You're going to be sick.
Yeah.
But you're going to continue to move on. You got to.
Absolutely.
You got to.
Well, what was your intention for the reader as you wrote this?
The intention for the reader was to know your purpose. So number one, look back and reflect on your legacy, where you come from. And it doesn't necessarily mean all the good things, but sometimes the things that were challenges for you. Mm-hmm. So when we look at those challenges, what did that come to teach me? I may not have had this. I may have had this situation. But for my reader, I wanted them to know there's a little bit of touch of his word in there in between the chapters.
Yeah.
Adjustability. How are you going to adjust your life to be able to make this work and to know that he's still there. He's guiding you even in the midst of all that. Yeah. And I wanted them to know take the time to reflect. And then how are you going to usher it in your next? How are you going to usher in your next? And to live life with purpose. And that you don't have to have a big stage. You don't have to have your own show, although that's a vision I desire. Mm-hmm. But start where you are.
Right.
If it's at a job, I don't care if you're flipping burgers. I don't care if you're whatever you're doing. Do it with ease.
Right.
Do it with passion because you never know who's watching.
Right.
And who's going to align to take you to the next level.
Absolutely. And that honestly is healing in action.
It is in action.
You're not just speaking about alignment. You are literally out here showing people how to do it.
Yes.
Like you've rolled it out for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, seriously, it's like you have rolled out this plan for us, and you're like, this is what you do. No matter your circumstance, you know, for some people it's mental, for some
Yes.
people it's physical, emotional, spiritual, financial, right? All of the things that honestly align with what I do, because here I am talking about self-care.
Yes,
And
you.
you know, these are all the pillars of self-care, which if people stop to realize, it's what makes us who we are.
Come on
You
now.
know, and you've just rolled out this plan for us to say, listen, if it's not going to elevate you, like I'm constantly talking about ships, and you mentioned a ship, right? I am always talking about ships. But for me, you know, I'm a firm believer that a ship is designed to take us somewhere. And you're not going to want to go anywhere that's not going to take you somewhere you want to go, that's going to elevate you, that's going to bring you joy. And so when we talk about ships, I'm talking about the friendships, the relationships, the companionships, whatever ship.
Come on,
And so if I'm on this ship
workmanship.
and I don't like where this ship is headed, I'm jumping off the ship. Because as my good sis said, if it don't align, I decline. And I'm going to exit stage left. And I don't care if it's in the middle of the ocean. I'm out of here.
Now,
You know?
and this is the key part of it too. And now, you know, we were brought up in church and you forgive. Okay. We got that, right?
Yeah.
But we also have to understand that in that forgiveness doesn't mean reconciliation. I forgive you and I wish no ill will or intention on anyone that I've moved from. I look at that as an opportunity because it serves something in me.
Yeah.
And I can move gracefully and wish nothing but the best for you.
Absolutely.
I won't even speak your name, but just know that it's good on me, on my side.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that we're still going to be at the same table though.
Period. I want you to eat. I just can no longer serve you from this table.
Yeah. No, I'm not serving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've reached the capacity of, you know, that energy that I'm able to deal with. But I do wish you well, just
Wish you
over
well.
there.
Yeah.
Over there. Yeah.
I see you. I see you.
Listen.
Yeah.
So I want to shift into your voice a little bit more, like literally, because you've created the CWT podcast, right?
Yes.
Conversations with Tiff, which I love. And all of this, we're not even 30 days in of really knowing each other, right? So all of this is like life comes at you fast, but like this is the mayhem that I welcome. You know what I mean? So it's like I love that. And it's bigger than just saying like, oh, sis, I love that for you. I love this for us.
I do.
Right? Because it's another safe space that has been cultivated that I can go rest and enjoy, you know, and connect with other people. I'm curious, why was it so important for you to create a platform to hold these just raw and honest conversations with people?
Because I just remember that my grandmother was the same way. She lived in her apartment, paralyzed. She used her apartment and opened up a full-blown grocery store. But more importantly than that, she held Bible study every Tuesday night because everybody would do Wednesdays, right?
Mm-hmm.
She would open her doors, paralyzed now. Store opened at 9 a.m. and closed at 8 p.m. at night. Never had anyone steal from her or take advantage of her.
Mm-hmm.
And she opened her doors to young mothers and children. And she was able to use her gift of conversation to be able to open another perspective on those people, on the people in the community. And so I remember just watching how after the news, she watched the news and she'd go, ooh. She'd start praying. Because you know that all the news ain't always good news.
Absolutely.
So she would always go in and pray. And then after that, she would watch something encouraging to uplift her.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, in this session of going through, I wanted to create a space of conversations with Tiffany, the turning point, because I wanted people to understand that there's always going to be something. There's on the coin. There's going to be the heads or the tails.
Right.
There's always two sides, right? And I wanted the conversations to be genuine, authentic. I wanted those people who I saw their story. I wanted the story behind it.
Yeah.
Walking in my purpose was very essential. And I was like, oh, that's just aligned with that. but I wanted more than just the song, because I was like, oh, that song is hitting, it's getting, it's doing it.
Right.
But it was much more. I wanted to know the person behind it. So my conversations are from people from all nationalities, all ages, but they have faced a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
And that in that challenge, it came to serve them, and they're able to project out something positive, whether it's writing a book, writing a song, starting their business, continuing their journey in their career, whatever that is, and it's positive, then we need to know that backstory and how it came to be, so that others can be inspired and know that you can continue to move.
Absolutely.
And that to me.
How has hosting these conversations helped you in your own healing and growth?
That was one of the things that's amazing. I'm glad that you asked that. People think that it's always about me, but honestly, when I first initially started it, I always like for my guests to sing a song, hit me a song that resonates with them.
Mm-hmm.
That gives me a connection to who they are. When you're going through, what is that song that gets you through? And that's what I align with it. And it opens the door up to let me know a little bit more about them. Yeah. And when I'm reading it and I'm going into it, it opens me. It feels me. And it's just a continuation of what my grandmother was doing. And so for me, that brings me joy. And it doesn't matter if I have 1 like, 2 likes, 11,000 likes, 2,000. It doesn't matter, because I'm not going to change who I am. I'm going to continue who I am. I'm going to show up looking the most, or whatever that people want to say. In the corner of my bedroom, I'm going to be intentional about what I do. And I don't have to have a big stage to do it.
Absolutely. Listen, you're going to do it on the gram, but it ain't for the gram. Okay.
They can't get on them. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And I honestly think that it is so beautiful how you turned your voice into a safe space, not just for others, but for your own healing journey too. Yes. Something that I think that you embody so well, that I'm learning more and more about, is your self-advocacy. And doing my little research about you, this self-advocacy is something that really stands out, because you're using your voice to not only speak up for yourself, right? Because we all have to advocate for ourselves.
Yes.
But you're also doing that for others. Yes. And, from managing this chronic illness to navigating healthcare and businesses and, all of that, what does that look like day to day for you? Because everybody else would be like, oh, that's too much. Like, I have a hard enough time fighting for myself, but you're doing it for the people.
Yes. And it's crazy because, you have some who are just really, they can't quite understand my position on things. When I say I don't like the word disability and it doesn't align. And, that's just the word. But that's very intentional to me. And so that I have to always remind myself that a word is a word. And if it doesn't associate with me, and for the people to bring them empowerment and encouragement, then I don't want to associate with it. And I've been asked to be on several different platforms, and they really hone in on that word. And it's like, but it's just a word. Yeah, there was a lot of words that we've been called in our history.
And I don't identify with it.
And I don't identify, right? And so it's okay to stand out and do that. And advocating and letting people know that there's another way to see any and everything, right?
Yeah.
And being an advocate is not always going to everyone's not going to align with it, and everyone's not going to understand it. Right. But for those who it aligns with, they'll get it.
Yeah.
I had someone who, he had a jewelry company and it had disabled on it. And ain't no way in the hell I'm gonna wear that. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna.
Right. You said who gonna wear what? Say what?
Who said that? Right. I said it. I ain't wearing it. Because I'm very powerful. I have my ancestors on my neck.
Yeah.
Alice, Essie, Freddie, my mama, and I'm the. So I have a legacy that I have to pay attention to, and I have to be very intentional about how I move, and I pray that I'm already praying for my grandchildren and great grand. I pray that they have that fire in them, that they know who they are and where they come from, that they honor that.
Absolutely.
They're always going to be liked and understood.
Yeah. And I think in the world that we live in, you know, we're all ignorant to something. You know, when we haven't been exposed to it, so we're all ignorant to it. Yeah. But I just feel like when a person tells you, you know, it's no different than how people identify with their gender, right? Or anything. If I say my name is this, or if I say I identify as such, you don't have to like it. You don't have to understand it. But if you plan on having any sort of interaction with me, you have to respect it.
Respect it.
You know, and so for people to want you on their platform, but not be willing to respect you on their platform, you know, it's crazy to me. Like I always tell people, and my dad taught me this, that my presence, me just being present, is a gift. And if you don't respect my presence, then I will not be present. Right? Because I am the gift. I am the prize. I don't have to show up. You know, I think I've talked to you before about how I feel when people say, well, what do you bring to the table? And I'm like, the audacity, because I am the table.
I am.
And I've invited you here to eat. Like, what do you mean? What do I bring? You know? Right. So I don't know. I think people, like I said, we all start off a little ignorant to things until we are informed and educated. But then once I educate you, and I see that you have not learned, then I must go. I gotta go.
Out. I will literally
it's ghetto. It's ghetto. I can't be here anymore. 10 out of 10, don't recommend. 1 star.
And no, 1 star. And that's so true. I think that's so important. And I love that more people are embracing that.
Yeah.
And the fact that you're having a platform, that you create a platform and a safe space as well. And it goes past race, it goes past everything. And that's more important to me than anything, because my best friend's a white woman. And I have to always remember that palm tree that you see throughout my book, there's a story to that. And so the palm tree is one of the most beautiful creations, but it goes through a lot in that storm.
Yeah.
Deeply rooted. It's very you never see it flipped and tossed.
Yeah.
And that's how life is. And so my best friend and I, we definitely got palm trees.
Yeah.
Hers is all the way down. I ain't built that way.
You said, just give me a little one. Just a little one.
I want it smaller to match my cross, but I was like, my cross is here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's what it is in life. We're going to go through some storms.
Yeah.
But who are you rooted in?
Absolutely. And I just talked about that last week, you know, realizing that storms are intentionally meant to do 2 things. And they do both things. It's intended to tear down what is no longer meant to be here. And it is meant to reveal what has the strongest foundation to reveal to you what is meant to be here. You know what I mean? Right. And I literally love the storms. A few years back, me and my husband went on a cruise.
All right.
And on this cruise, listen, we had a time, honey. We had a time on this trip, and it was not the whole fun, you know, vacation that most people think. We had us a time on this trip. And one of the things that I do on the cruise, I wake up every morning and I like to go sit on our balcony and watch the sunrise. And so that's kind of my time where I'm, you know, most connected with the universe, but it's also me spending time with my father. Right. So I'm sitting out there, and I usually would do like a time lapse video or something just of my time. And then I would come back and do content with it later. Well, on this particular morning, I look over and I see a rainbow coming from the clouds. And I'm like, oh, this is so beautiful. So I'm like, yeah, dad. And I'm having this conversation with my dad, And then I see another rainbow. And I'm like, oh, it's a double rainbow. Like, how beautiful is this,
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, see, y'all sleeping on this because everybody sleep. It's like 5 o'clock in the morning. They done partied all night, I'm like, y'all sleeping on this, all this beauty out here. But then in the middle of the double rainbow, a tornado, a water spout starts to come down. Now we're headed into this storm. So I'm like, hold on. And I see this huge storm cloud, this 2 rainbows, and this water spout coming down. So I'm like, Houston, we have a problem. Like, why is the captain steering us into this storm? So I am freaking out. I begin knocking on the window. I'm trying to wake my husband up. I'm like, what is happening? And I'm like, it's a tornado. It's a tornado. I'm gonna have to go back and find a video and repost it for y'all because you will hear me freak out. You see it touch down into the water. It goes back up, but the rainbow still stays there the whole time. And so for me, after the fact, because you'll hear me cry, you will hear me pray, all of this. And I'm like, I literally went through the storm and came out on the other side.
Come on.
And so there's a point where I pan the camera the other way. You'll see us literally go through the storm. You'll see it rain. And then you will see just sunshine. And I turn the camera around and you'll still see the storm behind me. And I'm like, not God just literally took me through the storm to reveal something to me and to show me something, And so it's just those moments where I'm like, okay, God, like I'm a trust you, I'm a trust this process because, I done came back talking big stuff now. Like y'all done been through the storm.
Okay,
what y'all talk about? I am the storm. Like, I got courage now. Like I am the storm,
Yes. Yes.
But yeah, that was my kind of, let me just go ahead and trust the process. Like I really believe that's what
that was the turning point
to my next. Yeah.
Bam.
Exactly. Like the whole mic drop moment. And I think that's when I really recognized I am doing this. You know what I mean? All question that I had about what I was doing in life was washed away in that storm. I done left it out there in the Atlantic somewhere, honey. Because I came back brand new.
Good.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Thank you for being able to go through that storm and to be able to thank you for not sleeping in.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to find it. I'm gonna try to go back and find that video for you because it was an amazing experience. It's just, I know a lot of people can't say that they have it documented when they went through a storm. But
a powerful girl.
It is that. Yeah, you're right. That was probably truly my turning point.
Seriously.
Yeah.
And to have it captured.
Yeah. You're like, what? Yeah. It was really beautiful. It really was. Probably one of the highlights of my life. And there's so many more, when we honestly just sit still and realize, these things aren't happening to us. They're happening for us. And, that faith of a mustard seed, if we just hold on to that, we'll be okay. You know what I mean? We'll be okay. So, yeah. Now I got chills all over again. Like I'm back there. Yes. But yeah, that level of ownership, like when you really start to surrender to that level of ownership over our lives is so magnetic. You know what I mean? Because we want to share that with other people. I don't know. Like I said, I think that situation is what propelled me to even continue, this journey, and what pushed me to want to keep going and start connecting with others more and things like that.
Exactly.
So yeah.
You are amazing.
You are amazing. We could just, we could do this whole thing like you're amazing.
But you. Oh,
no, but right? They would be like, what's wrong with them? 10 minutes in, they're like, is this an affirmation hour? Yes, it is.
Well, that's what it's supposed to be. Genuine connection.
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
Absolutely.
And it's no hidden agendas.
None whatsoever.
And we're just real and genuine. And that's why I was like, yeah, I got to connect.
Yeah.
I could sense that about you. So I was like, yeah, we got to. So I thank you for that.
No, I thank you. Listen, and I'm going to double back a little bit, y'all, because when you said, and they're going to be like, I'm so tired of hearing that. Don't matter. When you said, if it don't align, I decline. Like, I'm serious. That hit my spirit so deep. And that's why it was so easy for me to write that. You know what I mean? Because I feel like those words just poured out of me. And I didn't know anything about you at the time, you know? And
Wow.
so like all of a sudden that phrase became the heartbeat of a song.
It did.
You know, something that clearly I needed to get off my chest. You know, because like 24 hours later, I'm like done. I got you, sis,
like,
done.
We talked again. I have a song written. I'm like, girl.
You said not only did you write it, but you didn't produce the beat. Exactly. Like, I got a song. You want to hear about it? Here you go.
Here you go.
Right. How did it feel for you to maybe, I guess, hear your truth echoed back to you in the song from a girl that you like, I don't even know her. Like,
it was
in my business.
Yeah, like it was really just a confirmation of God's faithfulness.
Yeah.
He said He's gonna expand my territory.
Yeah.
In 2022.
Yeah.
Didn't think it was gonna be this, right? I didn't think that this journey would lead to this, and then I would get to partner with Room to Breathe, and not even just the partnership, the friendship and the sisterhood that you and I have developed in less than 30 days, that I don't take for granted. Yeah. My friendships and relationships that I have are intentional. So I hope that people, when they're watching, not going, oh, braggadocious or anything like that, but just to know that if you're in your journey, you're walking in your purpose, when you find that, it's not going to be by your hand. It'll be that He aligns it to be that way. Yeah. There's no this thing, oh, this just happened. That just circumstance, that this by chance happened. No, it wasn't by chance.
Right.
It was a reason that it happened, and a reason in the season that it needed to. And there's a reason and season why you had to let people go, because He couldn't bring you to the next level.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't bring that weight. Everybody don't have the capacity to handle your overflow.
Yeah.
I'm talking about overflow as in money overflow. I'm talking about your spiritual overflow. Some may see it. Because I've had some who saw it and then said, oh, I'm going to give you a little something for it.
Yeah.
You bring me this and I'll give you a little pinch of that.
Yeah.
And then I saw that. But in our connection, it was just much more genuine. And we don't talk about back office stuff, but the fact of the matter is the connection that we had, it aligned, and it was pure genuineness.
Yeah. And
that's what enlarging my territory meant. It didn't mean that I had to be a celebrity or had to be in celebrity status in order for that doesn't necessarily mean connection.
Right.
I thought that a time or two.
Yeah.
And then I realized I've seen that in people.
Yeah.
And it makes them a little different.
Yeah.
So I wanted God to be able to use me in such a way that the people that I talk with are all celebrities in my head. Yes. Celebrities are humans, and we are humans, and we're all living this journey. But the ones who are doing it in purpose and not for glamour, not for fame,
right?
Paul Roberts, Fantasia, who's real genuine, who's been on places and been zeroed down twice to now be where she is and how she's giving it back, bringing it back to that.
Right.
To Lisa Marie Lovitz, to Shantae Hill, to
come on now.
So all, to Daphne Handy, to Ivan Thomas, like all these people that I've connected with, Jarvis McCullum, these people I've connected with, Daryl Pete. These are people who are connected with me, who see the vision and understand where I'm going. And they see it more so than I can see it, but they trust me in being able to do what I need to do. The Lynn Myers, Kelly Franklin.
Yes.
I mean, like these are people who see the vision in you. And sometimes you need that. They see it in you and they say, girl, what you doing?
Right.
What you doing?
Right.
my girl Crystal, like all these different people that and it's not a celebrity thing.
Right. It's a celebration.
Come
Right.
on.
It's a celebrate thing.
Thank you.
Because I think that we all need to be able to celebrate our wins. And, it doesn't have to be some sellout arena type of win.
No.
You know what I mean? It's a you didn't sell out yourself kind of
No.
win.
What,
You know what I mean?
Not willing to, because if I have to do it that way, then I don't want it.
Absolutely.
If I got to step on someone to get to where I need to be, then I don't want it. And this shirt is 379 pounds. Trust me, if I roll over your toe, you're going to feel it.
Yeah.
So no. But I thank him for giving me the people who surround me, who see the vision, who support it, who say, keep going. Don't worry about how it's going to happen. Just keep doing what you're doing. So I say that to your listeners. Just do the little things.
Absolutely. You are literally redefining what freedom looks like.
Oh.
You know what I mean? And I know firsthand that takes so much inner work.
It does.
When life, I guess, like when life gets heavy, because like life stay life, and no matter how healed we think we are, right? Life be life, and what keeps you grounded when life gets heavy? Like where or what do you lean on during those hard moments?
I have to be honest. I lean onto my word. I lean onto Pastor Mike McClure, Rock City Church. We are Rock City.
Come on now.
I lean on to my husband, my mother, and just being able to have friends who see you.
Yeah.
I have a friend who'll pull up in a minute and pray on me.
Yes.
Nicole Webb, honey.
Yes.
Pull on me in a minute. And you have to have those people because everybody can see you. I have a cousin, my uncle, who I talk to several times a week, who's praying. And so we have to be able to take the time to look back and go. And Pastor Mike did a sermon this past Sunday. Remember, the sermon was no lie. And he said, remember when? Look back over your life and see how you got over when you think back. And so I remember 2022 when I broke my ankle. October 3rd. When I said no.
Yeah.
And I think back and I look back how I got over. And now where I am now on Room to Breathe.
Yeah.
The Shantae Hill.
Yes.
Can't be but nothing but God.
Absolutely.
Align people.
Absolutely. I remember hearing something. I think Steve Harvey was the one who said it when he said he found himself complaining about all the things that he had to do. And then he had to check himself because he said he can remember when he was starving.
Come on.
And wanted something to eat on his plate. And he had to check himself, like, how dare I complain about all that's on my plate now when before I didn't even have a plate to eat on. And I'm like, listen, like that right there is just that reminder, like, how dare I complain about the life that I have? I struggle. I may not have, this, or I may not have that, but I focus in what I have an abundance of, not what I'm lacking.
Exactly. It is.
Yeah.
And I have to tell people that when I was talking about the alignment and how God will line things up, it was a very intentional move. I didn't become an ambassador by chance. Yeah. The president had found me on LinkedIn. I didn't search her.
Yeah.
And so Rachel Finch was like calling me, and I'm like leaving me messages. I'm like, girl, what she want?
Right. Like, who sent you?
Pray the expansion, right? Because I asked God, what are you gonna
right.
do? Let this be a movement. What do I need to do, and how can I use this challenge to propel? Because it ain't about me; it's about bringing Him the glory, and how I can people, right?
Right.
By meeting her and connecting with her, connected me with Dominique Cooper.
Yeah.
So everyone has, and I would have never ever done it.
Yeah.
Handy had set up my LinkedIn. I'm like, why am I on LinkedIn, girl?
Right. You're like, what is this? What are we for? What is it for? Yeah.
Irritated, you know.
Right.
But they will find you.
Yeah. And so looking back, what role has community played in your healing?
It's played a large part in my healing. And because people, when you're aligned, they understand it. When you're in a group with entrepreneurs who are doing this journey with you, alongside you,
Yeah.
and they're supporting each other, that's something powerful.
Yeah.
I can have Jarvis McCullum call me yesterday. He does all my graphics and all that stuff, right? Well, for an hour and 11 minutes. He's speaking a word to me and I'm speaking a word to him. He's moving into a bigger spot. And I'm like, that's what's up. I love that for you, man. That's what's up.
Yeah.
You need that. Because everybody gonna understand that. This entrepreneur journey is a faith walk.
It is.
And it takes a certain type of capacity to be able to hold that.
Yes.
When it doesn't make sense. When it looks a little tight. When it looks a little dry.
Exactly. So for those people who are listening right now who struggle to maybe find their people, because I'm big on finding my community. Like I told you, I gravitate towards people who feel like sunshine.
Thank you.
I don't want no cold, dark. Y'all can keep them. Y'all can have that. Exactly. So for those listeners who maybe feel like they're still struggling to find their people, what advice would you give them?
First, I would say, you know what? Get quiet with yourself. Write out your plan. What do you desire? I always do this thing, and it's so amazing to me. I write out my vision as if I'm already ahead, and I'm reading it back. So in 2026, I'll be reading something I wrote this year. So, dear listener, this is what you would say. In my head, this is me. Dear Tiffany, you were amazing. You had an amazing year. You connected with Shantae Hill. You did this, you did that, all those connections, everything that I wanted because I wanted their song. All those things were in my list when I did it. In October. I start my new year in October. And so I wrote all those things out. I want to do this. I want to do that. Blah, 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 blah. So start there. Write it on a white sheet of paper, blue ink gel. Get a mason jar. Purify water, alkaline water. Make a copy of it. I want to thank you, God, for doing this. The amount in my account, the connections of the people that I want to align with, the speaking engagements, the whatever your thing is.
Yeah.
Write it out. Make a copy of it. And then you're going to fold it and you're going to put it in that mason jar. And you're going to pour that water over it. And the reason why I say blue gel ink is because it's going to wash out. You're going to speak over it. You're going to affirm it. And you're going to pray it however you want to do. Thank you, universe, for this. Ancestors, however you do your thing. I'm no judgment here.
Right.
And then you close it. You're going to seal it. You're going to put that jar up on your counter, whether it's in your kitchen, your bathroom, sacred plate, wherever you want, on your desk. And it's a reminder. So when you see it, you'll be able to see the names. You'll be able to see everything. It's a daily reminder of what it is.
Yeah.
So you're speaking that thing into existence. You're seeing it in your visual. And it's a daily reminder of what's to come. So it's no surprise that Room to Breathe was what it was, because I had already put it in play in October of last year.
Absolutely. Right?
Did you get stirred up, girl?
Yeah, listen. Because it so reminded me of my story. I'm gonna save it for you for later.
Okay.
If you remember this part of that intention writing,
yes,
that is such a big part of my story. But I'm gonna save it for you later.
Yes.
Listen, because I want you to know how much that's like my truth, and I have a testimony that goes with writing it down and making it plain, and how you can literally speak things into your life, into existence, without even knowing that you're doing it yet. Which is why we have to be intentional by what we say and what we do, because it's it's probably already working out. You know what I mean? Like it's probably
is
already
already
working out in your favor, but yeah. Whew, girl, listen, we can do this all day.
You can't even tell them. Even the setback was part of the journey.
It's a setup for the comeback.
Even the breakup was part of the journey.
Because of the breakthrough. Come on now. We'll have a whole testimony in here for y'all. Y'all better be careful.
Come on.
Listen, Tiffany, I thank you so much for joining us today, for sharing your truth so boldly, and just giving us permission to honor our own alignment. I honestly think that you are a light, just a beacon of light. You are purpose, and you are proof that, when life knocks us down, we can rebuild things beautifully. Like it's not a setback. It's literally the setup for the comeback.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yes. Before we go, sis, I do want to give you space to let folks know how they can connect with you, support you, kind of follow your journey, because I know you got more in the works. This is just a small piece, y'all. I know there's more in the works for my good sis. So.
I can't wait to tell you about it. But yes. Thank you all. First off, let me thank you again for giving the space. You and your husband are amazing. I want to thank you both, and for you being who you are. And more importantly, the love that you're showing with your mother-in-law. I love that and appreciate that and adore and respect that. And for your listeners, for those who are watching, thank you for continuing to share her. Continue to share it. Spread word. We need more of this. If you want to follow me, because she and I are always be connected. I said it here. You know it. Yeah, we're like this. Me and you, us never part. So I'm always available at Instagram. Tiffany A. Vinson is my Instagram. That's where I host my conversations on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern. Tonight, I have the most amazing guest. You heard it here. Shantae Hill. And so I love that. You can find me on here as well. And my website is tiffanyAvinson.com. And yeah, you can email me at info@tiffanyAvinson.com if you want to, schedule a conversation, or you would like to have me come and speak at your event. I'm here for that. Just let me know.
Absolutely. And you guys, as always, I will be sure to link all of her information in the description below, so that way you guys can connect, because again, we are not gatekeepers. Nope. We are all out here healing and growing through the things that we are going through. So yeah, Tiffany, and purpose. Don't forget the purpose, girl. Okay. By any means necessary, we headed to the purpose land. Right? Absolutely. All right. Give me 1 second here, Tiff. Let me speak to everybody really quick before we part ways. I just want to leave each and every one of you with a little love and light. As always, I encourage you to keep breathing through the highs, the lows, and every single moment in between. I want you to keep choosing peace, even when it feels out of reach. And I want you to know that here at the Self-Care Club, you will always be seen, always valued, and always be supported. So don't be afraid to take up space and make a little room for you to breathe. I pray that each and every one of you have an amazing day. Not just amazing, though. I want it to be aligned, intentional, and yes, on purpose, filled with nothing but purpose. This is the Room to Breathe podcast, and I look forward to connecting with you again real soon. Thank you.